Good morning. Welcome to day 3. Now we have a look at some clocks here, so that means we're going to be looking at clocks. Now if you have a clock at home, or you might even have a watch, it would be good to have that with you so that you can see a clock and a watch up close. But if you don't have one, that's okay, because we've got lots of pictures here to show you, and you've also got some games and some links to look at as well. So our learning objective today is to know how to read o'clock on a clock. So we've got quite a bit of information here, but clocks tell us the time, okay? When we tell the time, we make sure we are where we need to be, we know when to go to school, we know when to eat lunch, go to bed, all of those different things. So clocks are very important, and so it's very important that you learn how to tell the time. So if we have a look on our clock, we've got two different hands. We've got the longer hand and the shorter hand. Now the shorter hand tells us the hour. So when we see the short hand, it points to a number and tells us what the hour is. The longer hand is called the minute hand, and the minute hand tells us how many minutes have gone past the hour. Now it might seem a bit confusing, but we will show you what to do. So remember, there's some games, some links. So if you want to use those before you move on to the activities, that would be a good idea as well. That way you're getting used to the idea. So, anytime you see a clock and the longer hand is at the top pointing to the 12, that means it is something o'clock. And if we have a look at the shorter hand and it's pointing to a number, that tells us what time it is. So we've got the shorter hand pointing to the 3, and we've got the longer hand pointing to the 12. So that means that it is 3 o'clock. So this is 3 o'clock because it's pointing to the top, the longer hand is pointing to the 12, and the shorter hand is pointing to the 3. So we say it's 3 o'clock. Now, I would like to show you on my clock here. I'm going to show you a time, and I want you to have a guess at what time it is. So, having a look. We've got the longer hand is at the 12, and the shorter hand is at the 8. What time do you think it is? It is 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock. Remember to be looking at you one more. So this time we've got the longer hand at the top, which is o'clock, and this time it's pointing to the 5. So it is 5 o'clock. 5 o'clock. Okay? Right. So remember to think about those links, and if you need extra help, have a look. So activity 1. This one here is looking at matching the clocks and the times. So all of these are pointing to the longer hand is pointing to the 12. So we know that these clocks are going to show o'clock. Let's have a look at the bottom. We've got our 2 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 12 o'clock, and 9 o'clock. Now at the moment they're not in the right places, so we need to match them with the correct time. If we have a look at the first one, we've got the o'clock and it's pointing to the 4. So it is 4 o'clock. So we might like to just draw a line to the 4 o'clock. Then we have the next one. Now you can't see the smaller hand, you can't see the shorter hand here. Where do you think it's pointing? It's pointing to the 12. So both hands are pointing to the 12, which means that it is 12 o'clock. So we find the 12 o'clock and we make sure that we match it with that clock. We've got here, pointing to the 12, so we know it's o'clock. Short hand is pointing to the 9, so it is 9 o'clock. So making sure we match it with the 9 o'clock. Then over here we've got the last one. Again, it's at the 12, so it means it's o'clock. And the 2, so it means that it is 2 o'clock. And we match it down here to the 2 o'clock. Now over here, we've got a bit of a different thing. This time, it's your turn to tell me what time it is, and fill in the number. So we've already got here o'clock, but it hasn't got a number, so we don't know what o'clock it is. But let's have a look at the clock here. So o'clock, and what number is it pointing to? The 2. So it is 2 o'clock. Now here, it doesn't have any hands on there, but it does have a time. We've got 3 o'clock. You need to think, I need to put the hands on the clock myself. What do we remember about our clocks? Well, when it's o'clock, the big hand or the longer hand is pointing to the 12. So first, let's put a longer hand pointing to the 12. And the shorter hand always points to the first number. The first number is 3. So the 3, you need to make sure, put a smaller hand. So it needs to be shorter than this one and have it pointing to the 3. And that will show 3 o'clock. I would like you to have a turn at number 2 and number 3 as well. Now, if we have a look here, we've got some clocks and some different problem solving here. Now we've got Amir here, and he says the time is 3 o'clock. Now he's made a mistake, because it says here, can you spot Amir's mistake? Now let's have a look at the clock. So he says it's 3 o'clock. Is he correct? No. Why? I'll tell you why. Because, remember, the longer hand, if it's o'clock, needs to be where? At the 12. So the longer hand needs to be at the 12. So, and then the shorter hand needs to be at the 3. So what he's done is he's moved the hands around. So he's put them in the opposite place. So maybe you can draw a new clock to show 3 o'clock. Okay? And then we've got Alex here, so thinking about what is it that she needs help with. Excellent. And remember, extra work on my maths as well. See you tomorrow.